Welcome to Quick Literature Academy. Subscribe and press the bell icon for more literature videos. The Summoning of Everyman, usually referred to simply as Everyman, is a late 15th century morality play. Like John Bunyan's 1678 Christian novel, The Pilgrim's Progress, Everyman uses allegorical characters to examine the question of Christian salvation and what man must do to attain it. The premise is that the good and evil deeds of one's life will be tallied by God after death, as in a ledger book. The play is the allegorical accounting of the life of every man who represents all mankind. In the course of the action, every man tries to convince other characters to accompany him in the hope of improving his account. All the characters are also allegorical, each personifying an abstract idea such as fellowship, material goods, and knowledge. The conflict between good and evil is dramatized by the interactions between characters. Every man is singled out because it is difficult for him to find characters to accompany him on his pilgrimage. Every man eventually realizes through this pilgrimage that he is essentially alone, despite all the personified characters that were supposed necessities and friends to him. Every man learns that when you are brought to death and placed before God, all you are left with is your own good deeds. Everyman was written near the end of the 15th century. It belongs to the midpoint of the morality play's history. It is untypically devoted entirely to the day of judgment that every individual human being must face eventually. It represents allegorically the forces both outside the protagonist and within that can help save every man, and those that cannot or that obstruct his salvation. Everyman lacks the broad, even slapstick humor of many morality plays that portray as clowns the vices that try to lure the everyman figure away from salvation. It does contain a certain grim humor in showing the haste with which the hero's fair-weather friends abandon him when they discover what his problem is. It inculcates its austere lesson by the simplicity and directness of its language and of its approach. It is probably a translation of a Flemish play, although it is possible that the Flemish play is the translation and the English Everyman is the original. Thanks for watching. Do check the links in description to support us so that we can keep making more literature videos.